these projects are kind of 1 to 2 year cycles. We're looking 10 to 20 years down the road with this type of investment. So it certainly positions us to really go out there and be competitive for some work that we see kind of in the next 3 to 5 years. But for us, this is a much longer play as well.
Sure. What we have mentioned is that we will be playing into the diameter of 24 inch and up to 3/4 of inch of thickness. Those kind of specifications on up to X80 grade that we will be able to make it in this investment. So that will help us getting into those kind of market.
It was touched on in the press conference. These are high school jobs and the beauty of it is the majority of them don't require a college degree. So it's electricians, it's millwrights, it's operators, it's welders, and it's some degreed folks to be support staff. But the vast majority of that 175 are going to be kind of those high skill, high wage, hourly positions that we'll be looking for. It continues that inertia that's building here, right? So as businesses come in, and just like the announcement that we had earlier this week, when they see the existing companies that are here and thriving and expanding, growing their operations, and if you're a new company looking for a place to make home, it makes the investment a lot easier locally. And we know that we've got the skilled manpower here. We know that we get great support from our local and state government. So I think all of those things add up to just becoming a magnet for other companies to come in and make Little Rock home. We'll certainly draw more investment, and I'll let Mahir's a little more plugged in. But again, what I'll say is, and these guys have been here in Little Rock a lot longer than I have, but this is a unique capability for this part of the country. The water access, the rail access, and the central sort of trucking routes that you have out of Little Rock, it is sort of perfectly positioned and situated to attract businesses like ours and others, right?
So this new expansion, it will add the capacity. If we are able to do, say right now at the peak capacity, we do 500 barges in a year. This will add another couple of 100 or 150 to 200 more barges. So river portion of the infrastructure will have to be looked at. In my opinion, there will be some investment required. We have the stevedoring LSI who handles all the traffic, but with all the investment coming around, they might need to expand. Both will have to expand. That's for the inbound side. For the outbound side, it will increase 4,000 to 5,000 more rail cars on a yearly basis. That will have to looked upon because, of course, we are served on both Union Pacific and BNSF. Yeah. Depending on where we are shipping the pipes towards the last location, will have to be looked at the number of tracks what we have. In my opinion, again, that it would need probably some more investment here at port.
And I think the local leadership and the Port Authority leadership have demonstrated a willingness to make those investments. Right. So we're just sort of teeing it up to, we know there'll be further investment required, but we've got full confidence that they'll do the right things.
All this investment of our side, it will help them push for the more
justify the investment.
For us as a company, we were not impacted because, of course, we manufactured the pipes. The pipes were in our yard, but KXL paid us in full for that project. So for us, we were not impacted. Of course, for the project as such, that didn't see the light of.
I think the impact was more sort of at the industry level, right? And the signal that it sends to the country, to the folks who make those decisions in other corridors. But I think, oil and gas, this industry is incredibly resilient. So we're used to lots of discussion and debate. And I think at the end of the day, we land where we need to land. And we learn to be flexible through that process and build businesses that can kind of live through those ups and downs of what is a very cyclical business for us. This investment is not it's not exclusive of the oil and gas piece. What it does is it allows us to play in both. We see tremendous opportunities in both oil and gas and in some of the greener opportunities moving forward, and we want to maintain that flexibility to be able to participate in both. I think if you look at the activity in the Permian, it's still a very thriving market for us, and we see lots of future opportunities. So this expansion is kind of additive to what is our core business. And I think, anybody in our position will want to kind of create that flexibility.